I start my day at 3:45 a.m. because at 3 a.m. there's a window of spirituality that opens that you can't get at any other time. So there's a purpose behind waking up so early. Everybody's still asleep, their energies are not disrupting yours, and you're able to just think with yourself and with the one above. So I get on my knees and I start surrendering to God. And before I ask for anything, I make sure that I'm grateful for everything that He has already given me. So this is when I start my prayer. God, thank you for giving me the strength and the wisdom to continue my journey getting closer to you. I have purpose. I have identity. I have a calling. God, thank you for saving me and allowing me to spread your message to reach others. God, I'm open to your love and your plan. I'm willing to do anything you call me to do, no matter the circumstance. So, God, I turn to you as I need you on this journey. I give you all of my stress, my nervousness, my anxiousness, anything that I'm dealing with, I give it to you, for I cannot do it on my own. In God's name, amen. After my prayer, I go straight to journaling anything that I thought about or anything I felt in my prayer. Take this time to really reflect on anything that you did the day before and what you want to do better today. Because if we're not mindful of what we did yesterday and what we want to do today, we're just going to drift through the day and not have clarity on what we're doing. So put down anything that comes to your mind, any thoughts, any feelings. Really just write out what's going on in your head. It's hard to go throughout the day with all these thoughts in our head if we don't have clarity, if we don't write them down. And when you're journaling, you want to make sure you're writing as the best version of yourself already. So if you're not the best at praying, if you're not the best at whatever it is that you do, the only thing you want to write down is that you are the best. You are good at prayer. You are connected. You are a great YouTuber. Whatever it is that the best version of yourself would say, write that down as if it already happened. That's the beautiful thing about journaling, is it's free and it's coming from you and you own it. So get connected with God and write down all of your thoughts. Now, when I get into reading my Bible, I'm really just looking for any type of wisdom, any type of story that I can apply to my life. So you don't have to be super religious. You don't have to follow one religion super closely, because I believe in being open and I just believe in one God. So it's okay if you don't follow one strict religion, but just build a connection with God and make sure that you live a life of love and of joy and of peace. So when I'm reading the Bible, again, I'm just looking for anything I can apply to my life in that moment, but also just for any wisdom that I can find. So the verse I read was Proverbs 13:18, which says, "Poverty and shame will come to him who disdains correction, but he who regards a rebuke will be honored." And the way that I took that was just, as a man, you have to be able to be corrected and you have to seek criticism to be the best man possible. So when you're in prayer, be open to correction from our Father and be willing to take advice. And that can apply to many different places in our life. Now, since it's still very early, I got to get my frequency up. This is a great way to get your heart rate going and just get mentally focused and gain some clarity. So put yourself through some pain, get your heart rate going, get the blood flowing. I dropped down and did 50 push-ups. Whatever works for you, go ahead and do that. Really just get in that mode. Now right here, all I'm doing is doubling down on my intention for the day. Making sure I set my standard, making sure I think clearly about who I want to be today, who I want to help, who I want to serve, and what I want to do with my time today. So really just set the intention, visualize your day, visualize yourself in that character, that best version of yourself, And again, just set the intention. Make sure that we're going into the day with clarity and with purpose. For the first 2 hours of my day, I don't even say any words. I don't speak to anybody. After my meditation, I get right into my reading, and this can be any type of book that you're actually interested in. So I'm reading a personal branding book. It's called Wealthy and Well Known, and the theme of it is you are most powerfully positioned to serve the person that you once were. So that's what I'm working on, that's what I'm reading. But really just take this time, read something of your interest, and it's just a way to get into the rest of your day. We're going spiritual, a lot of meditation, a lot of prayer, a lot of focus, and now we can kind of just read and do what we like. And this is where the fun starts. So I get right into my hydration. I take creatine with my electrolytes, and this is the first thing that I put in my body. A lot of people go straight to the caffeine, straight to the coffee. But before you do any of that, you gotta make sure you stay hydrated, get your electrolytes in, get your creatine in, and get ready for the day. You can never be too hydrated. So around 6:30, I wake my baby up and we get ready for the gym. It was a beautiful morning and a perfect way to start the day. So you go ahead and hop in the whip. You know I gotta make my stop at the corner store. And typically I don't do this. I'm kind of a hypocrite for this, but recently I've been drinking these zero sugar monsters and they just get me in that mode. I don't know what it is about them. Typically I'm an espresso guy, but the cafe is closed at this time, so a monster it is. And then we gotta carb up. So I go for that jumbo Rice Krispie. If you haven't tried it before, let me know in the comments how it is. You're gonna have a crazy pump. Now typically when I first get to the gym, I've been getting right into pull-ups and dips. It's the best way to get the blood flowing and get the body warmed up for the rest of the workout. Once we got the blood flowing and we're feeling good, we get straight into some curls. And a lot of people are gonna say these aren't full reps, and that's not the purpose of this exercise. When you only go to this level, you actually hit a different part of your bicep. So go ahead and try that as well. We're building our biceps with this workout. And just going heavy, bro. Hold and squeeze, go slow if you have to. A lot of people are just repping out for no reason. And then we get straight into some flies, hit the shoulders. And it was a trip. I didn't realize that all the weights are in kilograms. So I'm over here grabbing weight and it's a lot heavier than I thought. I ended up going back to do some more dips because I didn't think I had recorded the first set, but I got some extra in anyway. It can never hurt. Now I had to drop my girl off at school, so I had to cut this workout short, but I did end up going back. I just didn't record it. So I finished off with some lat pull downs, and I ended up doing the whole stack, which is impressive for me because I used to struggle with this workout. But right after that, I got my first meal of the day around 10:30. There was some steak, some egg whites, and some beans. And I had to make my protein shake. Now typically I don't like relying on protein shakes, but it is 0 carbs and 0 sugar. And now that I stacked all these wins for the day, I'm able to start my meetings and my deep work with clarity and focus. This is the morning routine that has changed my life, and now the one that will change yours.